everybody, welcome back to another Warcraft Rumble video. Today we're taking a look at my best deck for the Alliance leader, Maiev Shadowsong. But before I dive into the deck, I want to give a huge thank you to Blizzard for sponsoring this video. So diving into the actual Maiev army, here we have the leader herself, Maiev Shadowsong, with the talent Remorseless, which allows her to deal double damage for 2 seconds after killing an enemy. Maiev obviously is an Unbound unit, is a very powerful assassin type troop, so having that double damage just increases her utility immensely. Now, because of the leader ability Master Assassin, where her gold cost is decreased by 1 every time you deploy an Unbound unit, obviously the army wants to focus on dropping down Unbound units. So we have the Safe Pilot, the Quill Boar, as well as the Whelp Eggs as our Unbound units to cycle to decrease that gold cost of Maiev herself. We have the Blizzard in here with the talent Cold Snap. We have the Defiance Bandits with the talent Pick Lock. However, we have the Defiance Bandits with the talent Pick Lock. However, if you don't have that talent, you can use the Deadly Poison or use Deadly Poison if you're playing on a map that has no chest. Then we have the Safe Pilot with the talent Gnomish Cloaking Device, which keeps her cloaked after she spawns out before her first attack, which is very, very powerful and very useful for that unit. For the Quill Boar, we are rocking Bristleback. However, I would probably choose Bramble Burst if I had that talent. I think it's best in slot, but we are using Bristleback for now. Then we also have the Murloc Tidehunters with the Safety Bubble talent, which basically soaks the first attack against them, increasing their survivability immensely. Then obviously for the last slot, we have the Unbound unit, the Whelp Eggs, with the Flame Burst talent, which allows them to explode after the egg is hatched, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Just makes it overall a more versatile unit with the ability to kind of drop it on Swarm and destroy them as you would with a spell. So let's jump into a quick heroic mission with this army and let's see it in action. So we got a pretty singular lane over here. Let's go in with, let's go Murloc Tidehunters, and then we'll go Quill Boar up here with some these. Okay, I forgot. This is the one that clones everything, which we should be able to destroy. Come on, Whelp Eggs spawn out. Yes, sir. We got a bunch of Murlocs going in. The Whelp Eggs dealing some damage when they explode. Murlocs getting some damage done as well. And Maiev already is at 2 gold cost, but if I go a Safe Pilot, we can get her down to 1. Cobalt here, and then we're going to go Maiev on that tower. Cool. So this map obviously clones everything you drop down, but come on, Safe Pilots go in there. Boom. And boom. Tower goes down. Let's go. Okay, cool. Let's go Murlocs here. Let's go in with the, I want to go Whelp Eggs for this dude. And then Quill Boar. Here we are. Watch this. Ready? They should explode. Dealing some damage. Boom, 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 boom. There we are. That's what we needed. Safe Pilot here. And we already have Maiev at 1 gold cost. Let's keep the spam going on here. Drop down a Quill Boar. And let's see. Let's just wait a bit. Get some gold flowing in from the kobolds there. Drop some eggs. Let's go in a Safe Pilot here. Get the gold cost down to 1. And then we can go Maiev. Boom. Easy peasy. Just like that. The trick to this particular army composition is utilizing those Unbound units, getting that gold cost down, and then obviously being effective with the way you use Maiev when you do get that gold cost down. Let's claim our reward here. We get a little quick tune. Let's get Maiev herself. We'll go in with the Harvester, and then I'm gonna go Drake. Just get the level up there. Cool. Let's jump into another heroic mission with this army to see how we do with a different kind of map and different rule set here. All right. So unfortunately, that dude just straight up just steals my chest that I want to get, but we should be fine. Okay, let's go in with the eggs. Defiance Bandits here. They'll spawn out. I love the fact that they like start flying afterwards and they can't attack them. It's so effective. Let's go in with a quick Safe Pilot, take care of those vultures. Boom. We don't have Maiev's gold cost down quite enough yet, but we need the DPS. We need the DPS to save our tower. We can go in here with, you know what? Let's go Whelp Eggs. Yeah, let's go Whelp Eggs here. Now we can go Defiance Bandits there. No, they're going to steal the chest there. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's okay, though. Boom. Take care of the Elemental. Safe Pilot destroys them. Now that we have that tower plus the right side will be captured here with the Meeting Stone, we can kind of be a bit more aggressive here. Destroy that Kobold. Let's go in with the eggs. Drop down the Defiance Bandits to cycle. Get the Kobold going on here. And I really want to go in with a Quillbore. We'll get Maiev's cost down to 1 here. And then we'll deploy it on this Earth Elemental. I don't really care too much about using it directly on that boss because of that splash damage attack. But what I really want is I want this chest with the gold. Get that cobalt going in there. And now with all that gold about to flow in here, we can just start spamming like crazy. And we can get Maiev's gold cost down. Go with the Defies Bandit here. Hey, you, sir, get off my base, Mr. Elemental. And we'll destroy it, keep my base alive. Maiev get some work done. Cool. And that just gives us enough time for the boss to go down. Those sneaky Earth Elementals, man. But we destroy it. Boss down. You have ourselves another victory. Another reward over here to claim. And let's do one more heroic mission. Boom, there we go. What do we get? What do we get? Let's choose the Harvester. I'm trying to focus on getting all my minis up to increase my collection level versus just focusing on like the ones that I actually use. So let's see how this does in a different map. I want to go in with the safe pilot here for this. Destroy those harpies. Boom. Quillbore for this one. Murlocs as well. And then some whelp eggs. Just spamming that right side. I want to get that tower as soon as we can so they lose the ability to deploy their units next to it. And there we are. Tower is now mine. We can go to Cobalt here on that gold. And then we can go save pilot here. Boom. There we are. Yes, destroy those harpies. Cool. That allows me to go in with one more Cobalt here in a moment. And then we can go in with Maiev. I want to use her directly on the boss here with a Quillbore. Cool. Even though we lose the tower, honestly, it doesn't matter though. Because look at this. We immediately just recapture it. And now we can go in with a safe pilot for the Ogre. And then we'll drop some eggs down too. Cool. So the boss gets defeated fairly easily, I would say. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like this army is pretty versatile and it does well in like a wide variety of scenarios. So we've like, you know, done 3 different missions, different rule sets, different maps, and different like boss abilities to kind of overcome. And it's done pretty well in all 3 of them. I never really felt like it, like anything needed to change in the army itself. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll grab a reward over here. But that is the Maiev Shadowsong army, or deck, whatever you want to call it. In terms of the talents, I would say Remorseless is by far the strongest for Maiev. I wouldn't necessarily go for the other 2, just because of the way, like, if you choose a particular talent, then you need to upgrade it to rare before you get the next talent. So if you, I would also suggest like going for like the best talent first. And in my opinion, I think Remorseless is the strongest talent for Maiev, so definitely recommend going for that one first. For Blizzard, it's by far Cold Snap. The ability to kind of freeze all the enemies in unit, or all the enemy units in place with the Blizzard just increases the versatility so much more. Like you get damage already and it does pretty well, but the ability to freeze units is just so powerful. So yeah, I definitely recommend that one for there. The only one I would say is like optional is the Defies Bandits. Like you can choose Picklock or the Deadly Poison depending on the map that you're playing on. Picklock I think is just so powerful on maps that do have chests. Being able to spend 1 gold to get 4 back with your bandits is just insane, especially if you can get 2 chests for 1 bandit drop. That is just insane. But remember to swap it out for the Deadly Poison on maps that have no chests. The safe pilot, I think the Gnomish Cloaking Device is just so important. The pilot herself doesn't have too much health. Deploying with a cloaking effect as well just gives her time to get that first shot off. And because she has pretty decent damage, she can very often like destroy a lot of units that would otherwise destroy her before she's even out of her stealth. So definitely think that one is mandatory. I think for the talents for the Quillbore, Bramble Burst is by far the strongest. However, all 3 of them like are like decent, I would say. So you can't really go wrong with any of those ones, but I would definitely recommend going for the poison effect first. The Murloc Tidehunters, I really think the safety bubble. If you didn't have the safety bubble, I would probably say the careful aim, the extra range, just because they are like a lower health unit. They die so easily. You want them to stay out of like damage and out of combat. So the extra range would help with that, but I do think the safety bubble basically achieves that goal of survivability with a bit more versatility, with the fact they can like defend against spells and just any sorts of damage for the first attack. And then for the whelp eggs, so if you have to go for 1, Flame Burst is by far the best. It just basically turns it from an unbound distraction unit to now almost dual purpose. Like you can almost use it as you would a spell. If you have a swarm coming in like chickens, just drop the eggs on them, they'll spawn out, then the chickens will destroy the eggs, they'll explode and destroy the chicken swarm in the process, which basically kind of turns it into like a mini spell that also spawns out a flying attacking unit afterwards. So that is my Maiev army. If you want to try one yourself, be sure to download Warcraft Rumble through the link down below in the description. And once again, a huge thank you to Blizzard for sponsoring this video.